When someone is diagnosed with cancer, what do they really need? Help paying for treatment, a place to stay near the hospital, reliable transportation, emotional support, answers. What they probably don't need is a blanket with a ribbon on it, or a rubber bracelet, or a coffee mug that says fighter. And yet, every year, nonprofits spend millions of dollars on care packages, merchandise, and promotional swag that no patient ever asked for. Today, we're talking about the problem with support gifts, the ribbons, bags, stuffed animals, and trinkets that charities use to show they care, instead of offering help that actually matters. Let's start with a real example. A well-known cancer nonprofit once launched a campaign to provide comfort kits to patients undergoing chemotherapy. Sounds thoughtful, right? Each kit included a branded tote bag, a water bottle, a journal, a beanie, and a pair of fuzzy socks. The kits were valued at around $50 each. Now, multiply that by 100,000 patients, and you've just spent $5 million. $5 million that could have gone toward transportation assistance, copay relief, or even direct cash grants. Instead, it went toward bulk-ordered items that many patients didn't need, use, or want. Some even felt insulted. Here's what real patients have said. I couldn't afford my medication, but they sent me a stuffed bear. I needed help paying for gas. They mailed me a bracelet. It made them feel good, not me. And that's the real issue here. These gifts often serve the donor's feelings, not the patient's needs. They're part of what's called feel-good giving. It's when a charity focuses on gestures that are emotionally satisfying for donors, volunteers, and marketing teams, instead of practical, high-impact aid. It's easier to fundraise around a photo of a smiling child holding a teddy bear than a spreadsheet showing how many utility bills were paid. But patients aren't props. They're people in crisis, and they deserve better than lip balm and keychains. Now let's be fair. Not all care kits are a waste. Some organizations do them well, with useful items chosen by patients themselves. Things like unscented lotion, high SPF lip balm, or nausea-friendly snacks can be genuinely helpful. But too often, these kits are mass-produced by people who've never been through treatment and who never asked the people they claim to serve what they actually need. So why do charities keep doing it? Because it photographs well. Because it's easier to measure kits delivered than lives improved. And because the donors feel like they're making a difference, even if they're not. Let's zoom out for a second. In the United States, cancer patients are twice as likely to go bankrupt as people without cancer. Thousands lose their jobs. Many skip treatment because of cost. Some choose between medicine and rent. That's the reality. So when a charity uses your donation to send a branded journal instead of paying for someone's medication, that's not support. That's a missed opportunity. Now, some might argue that every little bit helps, that it's the thought that counts. But if you've ever had cancer or cared for someone who has, you know it's not about the thought. It's about the impact. So, what should donors look for? Ask what the organization actually does with the money. Look for programs that provide transportation, housing, financial aid, peer support, or counseling. Ask whether patients were involved in designing those services. And don't be afraid to ask, do people really want this? Because a blanket might feel comforting to a donor, but to a patient drowning in medical bills, it just feels hollow. In our next episode, we're going to explore something even more uncomfortable: how some charities exploit patient stories and suffering in order to raise money. We'll talk about where the line is between inspiration and manipulation. This is the Nonprofit series, and we're not done yet.